We have searched the net looking for what we consider to be the most authentic ghost poltergeist activity or things that cannot be explained that were captured on film. Although it is easy to fake many films, the following footage appears to be authentic, but you be the judge. Many of the images were captured on CCTV, which is preferable to someone holding a camera, as CCTV is a bit harder to fake. So be prepared to be spooked. The following is footage of 12 incidents that we'd well consider to be authentic ghosts and poltergeists caught on film. Number 12. Oklahoma Wreckage Yard Ghost. The following footage was captured by CCTV and took place at the Pathak Auto Storage Lot in Oklahoma. Not exactly the sort of environment that you would find a ghost. Workers were checking for a possible intruder and were looking at the CCTV for any evidence and viewed something that would have both bamboozled and terrified them.
Like I said, there wasn't nobody back there. The wind was still that night. Our alarm was on, so nobody jumped the fence back there.
You can see clearly a white form wandering around the cars and appears to be searching for something. This wrecker's yard would have received many vehicles that were involved in fatal accidents, and maybe it is the spirit looking for something it lost in the accident. There appears to be no explanation for what this could be, and even some skeptics would be scratching their heads in this one. What do you think?
3 vehicles on the lot that night were involved in fatal accidents. A paranormal investigator says it's possible the mysterious figure could have been one of those spirits searching for its car.
Number 11. Poltergeist An English Bar. This is another interesting CCTV footage taken at an English bar and clearly shows a woman on a mobile phone whilst behind her you can see some papers on a stool slowly being pushed to the floor. As it appears to be done in 2 movements, it discounts any sudden gust of wind. A short time later, the woman appears to be under attack and ducks for cover, trying to get away from whatever is haunting her. Staff at the bar complained of taps being turned on and toilets flushing by themselves. Lights would flicker on and off, and footsteps were heard in an empty bar. The CCTV footage also shows orbs flashing around different parts of the building. Number 10. Ghostly shape trying to jump into woman's bed. We found this image really disturbing and was filmed by the woman who was constantly being startled awake by noises in her bedroom at night. She set up a camera to try and catch what could be causing all of the commotion. The following day, she reviewed the tape, hoping to solve the noisy mystery, and what she captured was something that looked both creepy and terrifying. This woman had no children or pets, but the image clearly shows some sort of creature, or maybe an incubus, which is a male demon who, according to mythological and legendary traditions, lies upon sleeping women. This creature is desperately trying to get into bed with the woman, but falls backwards each time. After viewing that footage, did that woman ever sleep in that bed or room again? Number 9. Screaming in hotel room 209 in Wingate Hotel, Illinois. I am sure many of you have seen this footage, but I found this quite frightening and convincing and felt I had to include it in my ghostly selection. Again, it is CCTV footage, so it would have been difficult to fake. Guests at the hotel were complaining about a constant screaming coming from room 209, so security decided to check it out. keep in mind that the hotel room was vacant and had no history of violence or murder. When security arrives, you can clearly hear the screaming from outside the room, and security is advised to wait for police backup. But he decided to go in by himself anyway. As he entered the room, you can clearly see some sort of ghostly shape leave the room, and then the screaming immediately stops. Security reported that all of the furniture had been turned upside down and the carpet had been ripped up, with the shower running by itself. What do you think? Number 8. Poltergeist in NI School. The following CCTV footage seems to be classic poltergeist activity, and starts with a massive bang and then shows a chair being sent careering through the corridor and then crashing into another chair. Moments after, a school bag falls from a locker onto the floor. A display board flies off the wall and onto the floor before another chair, right in front of the CCTV cameras, moves to the other side of the room. The video was recorded on Thursday, October the 26th, 2017, just after 5:30 a.m. Maybe it was all of the collective energy from the children that had built up over the school day and was released in one giant burst. Or maybe an angry deceased student taking out his anger on the school. Number 7. Ghost in a window. The following footage was someone innocently taking footage of an airport and casually swings the camera around to catch the really creepy footage of someone or something observing them from a window, and then disappears. The image had long hair and his head made strange movements and did not look like a normal person just staring out of the window. The image had obviously given off enough energy to make the CCTV spin around to try and film whatever had triggered its senses. I found this very, very scary. Number 6. Poltergeist in Bar and Grill. The following CCTV footage was taken in October 2013 in Jimmy's World Grill and Bar in Luton, England, and shows a woman casually getting up after finishing a meal and walking out. What happens next is classic poltergeist activity. You first notice the serviette, followed by the plate, then some cutlery fly off the table. This got the attention of another customer who casually turns around, sees nothing, and then turns back to talk to a friend. An interesting question would be whether the owner checked all of its CCTV footage for other signs of activity, and whether this was a regular occurrence at the restaurant. Number 5. Carlisle Castle Hotel, Newtown, Sydney, Australia. This well-known footage also had to be included in the Unexplainable. It appears to be poltergeist activity causing havoc in a Sydney pub. What is interesting about this footage is that it takes place in front of the guests when glasses fly off the shelves and bottles of wine are pulled out of their racks. When the owner decided to check the footage, it not only shows the glasses and bottles flying around, but also shows some sort of apparition in the restaurant. As a strange adage to this story, the owner claims that whenever the wine is pulled from the racks, it's always the red wine bottles. Number 4. Haunting in Malaysian hotel. The following security footage is absolutely terrifying and shows a woman under some sort of paranormal attack. The footage initially shows a lounge chair moving by itself, followed by a door violently slamming. The next piece of footage shows a woman sitting in an empty room with tables and chairs, talking on a mobile phone, when suddenly one of the chairs moves. Now she jumps up in shock, she trips over another chair and falls to the floor. But it doesn't end there. She is now trapped in a corner, and as she tries to escape, objects are then moved into her path, pushing her back into the corner. At this stage, the woman appears to be in total shock and falls to the floor. Number 3, haunted home. The following person claims that they were so sick of the hauntings in their house, they decided to film all of the events as evidence. The disturbance usually starts out as scratching noises and then progresses to running footsteps and loud bangs. All of the disturbances then started coming from different areas, all at the same time. The next day, he filmed footage of his TV rocking from side to side by itself and looks as if it's about to go crashing to the floor. The footage clearly shows the man waving his hand around the set to show that there are no wires attached around the TV. Number 2, ghost in the courtyard window. The footage was taken in the UK and shows 2 young men throwing a ball in the courtyard when one of them films a pale face of a man staring at them from an upstairs window. This strange face staring down at them does not look normal. When it realises it's been seen, it very slowly eases itself out of view. They report this creepy scene to the property manager, who advises them that the room is not only empty, but it is locked and has been for quite some time. Now that their curiosity has been stirred, they then go up to the empty room with the manager to have a look around. And of course, the room is totally empty. Although the ghostly image looks absolutely convincing, this could easily be faked with everyone in on the joke. But nevertheless, it does look very scary. Number 1, Manchester office poltergeist. This footage was filmed at Castlefield House in Manchester, England in 2012 and was picked up by security cameras at around 3 a.m. It initially shows empty offices and hallways, but then everything suddenly comes to life. First, chairs start moving around by themselves, and then paper starts flying around the room. Computers turn on and off, accompanied by drawers flying open and doors slamming. Shadows fly across the walls. Whilst all of this is happening, to add to this pandemonium, the doorknobs start rattling as if someone is frantically trying to get out. Check out this paranormal cacophony. Is it real or fake? It does look convincing and frightening.